In this video, I'll show you how to use GeoGebra to do normal calculations. First, we want to go to the website geogebra.org/classic#probability. When you get there, you'll see a couple of different tabs. One is distribution and the other one is statistics. We're going to choose the distribution tab. By default, the normal distribution shows up, but if you need to change it, you can pick from the drop-down arrows and pick a different distribution, perhaps student or maybe binomial. We're going to keep with normal distribution. So a standard normal distribution has a mean of 0 and a standard deviation of 1. So mu is 0, sigma is 1. You can put in different values for mu and sigma by placing your cursor in the boxes and then changing the numbers. So if you want a distribution that has a mean of 5, you can punch in 5. You can also use your keyboard to get that number. And then you can also change your standard deviation. Let's say we want to go back and you can pick a standard deviation of, let's say, 0.5. And then you can push enter. So the normal distribution has a big purple section already colored in, and there's little tiny triangles that you can adjust the width of that purple region. So right now, by default, the middle purple region is highlighted. And you can tell that because the little buttons down here on the lower left, the braces face inward. So it's the middle interval that's being calculated. If you want to calculate an area to the left, you can push the left button, so you'll get a left tail area or perhaps a right tail area. So let's go back to the normal distribution, standard normal distribution of mean of 0 and a standard deviation of 1. I'm going to choose the middle button, and I want to look at the area between -1 and +1. So that means a z-score of -1 and a z-score of +1. Now, I know that there's an x between those less than or equal to signs, but just know that when mu is 0 and sigma is 1, it's standard normal, so z is the common letter that we use for symbols, but GeoGebra doesn't realize that, and it always uses an x between the less than or equal to signs. So as long as you know what you're doing, GeoGebra will be able to follow along. Let's say that we put in a -1 and a +1 for the z values. We'll find that 0.6827 area is in that middle purple section, which makes sense. Within one standard deviation of the mean, you get about 68% of your data. Now let's look at a different question. Let's look at a lower tail. I'm going to pick the left tail, and I'm going to just use my cursor to drag the end point of the left tail to a -2. So you might be able to get it pretty accurately by dragging it, but you can also change it by selecting the box and changing it to a -2, and then push enter. I often find that I have to push enter to get the probability to show up correctly. Otherwise, it uses the last probability as the answer. So here we have the percent of data, or the area to the left of z equals -2 is about 2.28%. Let's say that we want a right tail area, and I want this right tail area to be 10%. So I can change the box here on the lower right to say 0.10, and when I push enter, the z-score is going to change to match that 0.10. So here we have the upper tail. The z value is about 1.2816, and this area in the upper tail is 0.10. So those are the basics of GeoGebra and how to use it for the normal distribution.